Hey guys. Holy child, it is a time in the land, honey. How y'all doing today? Girl, happy Saturday night, girl. Girl, it's Saturday night. And I guess y'all say, girl, bitch, where you been at all day? So how y'all doing today? I hope y'all doing good. So what I'm doing is trying to fix my hair for this video, girl. It's like kind of all over the place. But I just wanted to jump on here really quick and fix my hair, girl. No, but I came on here to holler at y'all for a minute because I haven't been on here. Well, I haven't been on this channel now. I've been on the YouTube streets, girl. You got to go into the description box, girl, and find out what channel I was on, girl. Well, anyway, girl. Speaking of her, let me just tell y'all this, and this is what I'm going to do for this video. First, I want to show y'all, okay, I went to Bon-Tons today, and I got some Lancome, it's called Suede, okay, that's the color, because it's getting very hot, and I'm starting to tan a little bit, so I went and got, color matched. So, in Lancome, it's Suede. And they wrote it on there. And then Estee Lauder, the color was Lord child, what is this she done wrote on here? Girl, I don't know. What is it called? Rich? Something. Well, anyway, this is Estee Lauder, okay? And then also, Lancome gave me a 7-day supply of moisturizer, okay? This is what it comes in, okay? It's a 1 week, here it is. This is the moisturizer that they gave me. And they gave you a 7-day supply. So, I'm going to try this out and see how that does. So, this was at the counter at Bon-Tons, okay? And it came in this little thing. And like I said, it's a 7-day supply. Then I got some Clinique primer. I forgot the name of it, but I'll put it in the description box. This is primer in here, okay? And then I picked up some samples, which I think I've already gotten one of these. But some Untold, and this is the little sampling thing that they give you. I don't think I have this one. Bleu de Chanel Paris. I don't think I got that one. Okay, so there you go. All right. Now, I did do a haul over on my Juicy Tingles channel, and I had showed some things that I had got. Different things that I had got. And some of the items were makeup items. But this is what I wanted to do. Oh, this is what I was getting ready to say, y'all. Speaking of, just look like, maybe it's the lighting. I don't know if that looked like a little part or what. But anyway, speaking of her, girl, let me tell y'all something now. This is my opinion on the natural hair situation, being as though I am a natural hair girl. Okay. Now, I've heard some people say that, you know, they don't want to go natural because going natural is expensive. Okay. And I never knew what the heck they were talking about because, well, then again, I did. Because I know that a lot of those natural hair care products are a little bit pricey, but I didn't realize how pricey they was until I was watching a natural hair girl channel, and she had used this product, and her hair turned out like really, really beautiful. And so the product that she mentioned, I was like, I want to try that product. And child, let me tell you what the name of that product was. Now I think it was by Shea Moisture. Now I'm supposed to be doing a little bit of makeup while I'm talking to y'all, and I'll tell you why. It's 9:15 at night, girl. Let me get this product out, okay? Then I'm going to tell you what I think about the natural hair thing and all that kind of stuff. Okay? So, let's see. I think it was by Shea Moisture. Shea Moisture. Okay? It was called Curl Enhancing Smoothie by Shea Moisture. Okay? Now, I went into the Sally's. Now, granted, I know Sally's might be a little bit more pricier than your Walmart or your Kmart, you know, hair products. But not much. Not no huge difference. Maybe $1 or $2 difference. And I went to go price that product, okay? Now I'm telling you, that product was no bigger than this bottle, okay? This is witch hazel, okay? But I'm using this as an example. It was maybe a little bit wider than this, but not much bigger than this. And that bad boy was $11. I believe it was $11.50 something cents, okay? I was like, yeah, no. And I was like, my God. And that was just for one product. And I mean, a product this size, that's not going to last me very long. So that's why people say that going natural is expensive. And it can be expensive if you use those kind of, I guess you would call it high-end hair products. Yeah, you're going to pay some money for those natural hair products. Okay, now the products that I use is simple. Okay, if you have my type of hair, and I don't understand that whole 4C hair, 3A or 3B hair, or I don't know all the 4Cs and 4Bs and 3As. I don't know all that. What type of hair? All I know is I got wavy hair. It's thick and it's curly. That's all I know. So if you have my textured hair, let me show you. Okay. If this is the kind of hair you have, this is all you need if you go natural. Eco Style Gel. Now they come in different kinds. This is professional styling. It says for all hair types, maximum hold. Okay. I like the clear one. Now they do have the olive oil kind with the green top. I'm not familiar with how that does as far as laying your hair down or any sorts of things like that. But this big thing right here cost me $5 and change at Sally's. And the other product, which I don't have it here with me, my son uses it mainly. And it's the Cantu Curling Cream, which I don't even really need it. Sometimes I might use it, but I don't really use that. This is the main thing I use. And then I have my my water and conditioner mix that I spray just for moisturizing, you know, my hair, especially the top part that's out. And, you know, sometimes if it seems a little dry up here, I may use this olive oil sheen spray. Okay. None of this stuff is expensive. Okay. The Cantu Curling Cream product, and I've shown that on here before. I don't have a sample to show you the size of it, but it's a nice size. And that's only $5 and change. At the Walmart. So the stuff that I use is very inexpensive. If you have my type hair, you don't need all those expensive hair products that's out there on the market unless you choose to. But I think back in the day, like years ago, the reason why it was never expensive to have natural hair, because back then you used water and grease to achieve whatever kind of natural hairstyle you were going to achieve. And back then it was mainly like afros. So how much product do you need to get an afro? You really don't need any product. You just wash and condition your hair. And if you use grease, which mainly back then they used grease, you put the grease on your hair, whether it was Dixie Peach grease or Sulfur 8 grease or Crown Royal grease or what was that other tar looking stinky grease? Ugh, I don't know. But anyway, it was basically just grease that you used on your natural hair, and it was usually like a afro. They didn't do a whole lot of they didn't do any kind of twist outs and curling creams and all that. If you wanted curls in your hair back then, you had to get Jerry Curl, some kind of product that had chemicals in it, some kind of like I said, Jerry Curl, or some kind of perm, or some kind of product that curls your hair or whatever. I don't know. But it was very inexpensive years ago. And it still can be. I mean, if you just want an afro, you don't need no products. But if you want all those twist outs and all that kind of stuff, if you have natural, curly, wavy hair like mine's, water, and this will do the trick. Or the Cantu product that I told you about. Those are two inexpensive products. If you have the more coarse, thicker hair, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. So, you know, maybe if you have the more coarse, thicker hair, you may have to resort to some of those expensive products to achieve, you know, those twist outs or those wash and go styles and all that kind of stuff. But thank God I don't have to go through all of those different products to achieve, you know, those looks, because I'm telling you, those products were very, very, very expensive. Very. And I couldn't even imagine paying $11 and change every time I needed a bottle this big. So I don't know. But anyway, that's just my take on the natural hair situation. Okay. But what I'm gonna do while I'm on here on this video with y'all is I try to make my pocketbook as compact as I can. This is a pocketbook that I hauled when I did a thrifting haul on my Juicy Tingles channel. If you want to see that haul, you have to go over there. And I do have a playlist, and it is categorized like I have my haul, my Dollar Tree hauls. Any kind of hauls is in that playlist probably under Dollar Tree hauls. But yeah, I thrifted this pocketbook. I think it was a week ago. And it's very small, but it has like tons of pockets. Okay. So, of course, I had to make sure that I downsized, but still pretty much had everything that I needed to do what I need to do. So that, like, for instance, if I'm in a hurry and I'm running out the house and the only thing I got time to do is grab my purse and my keys, I need to make sure that I have what I need to at least get, you know, a little. If I want to do a little something, I can. Okay. Even if I wanted to do a beat face, that I could, but without having like a big makeup bag, because this big bag is not going to fit in here. Okay. This big bag is not going to fit in here. I hold these bags too as well. This was a 3-in-1 deal. It was this bag, and then it was the 3-in-1 deal was, okay, yeah, it was this bag, and inside was this bag and this little bag. So it was 3-in-1. I got it from the thrift store. Well, anyway, none of these big bags are going to fit in here. So I had to downsize my makeup to fit in here. And then even it had a little room left. I could fold it over and then stick it down in my main part of my purse. Okay? So it's perfect. Now, the best way to find out if I have everything I need to do a beat face was to do my makeup with what's in here. And then see what's missing and what I need to add to it. So I said I'm going to just go ahead and do that with y'all. Now, the one thing I know I don't have in here is eye primer. And I really don't think I need it, because I really think, and what I did was the blush. I can actually use this blush and as a shadow. And that way I don't have to have a blush in, because I don't really have like a small compact. I have a small eyeshadow, or I may have an eyeshadow that's one color. But this was like the smallest thing that, and I can use it for both. So let's just do that. Okay. While I'm talking to y'all, this is what I'm going to be doing to make sure that I have everything I need to do my makeup if I'm out. See, so I took my little brushes, and this is, you know, they're the short ones. And it comes in a set from the Dollar Tree, and I've been had them. They have it in purple and they have it in pink. I have both sets actually, but yeah. And they're little, to me, travel size brushes. And it fits in here very well. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you everything I got in here, in this little makeup bag. Okay, so I have the blush, which I'm going to use for both eyeshadow and blush. Showed you my brushes. I have one lipstick, one gloss, because I love gloss. I have the lip moisturizer, because that's a must. I have my little compact mirror. See how skinny that is? So this is perfect, you know, for my little bag. And I have, what? Oh, my liner fell out. I took one of my short liners, put that in there. I have a sharpener for my liner, little teeny sharpener. This is setting powder that I put in this little container. I had gotten a sample from, I think, Sephora. And when it got empty, I kept it. And this is some powder that I put in here of my own. This is lotion. See, I tried to get little teeny things. Lord, 15 minutes already. This is foundation in there. And then I have a moisturizer. I could probably find something smaller than this, but this is moisturizer. And that's it. And let's see if this is everything that I need in order to do what I need to do. Okay, so now, yeah, let's just do that, because I just want to make sure that if I was to rush out of the house, would I be able to achieve a nice look with what I have in my bag. Okay. But yeah, anyway, so the other day, okay, I would have had a vlog for y'all on Thursday. I was in the car, okay? I was sitting in the car waiting for my husband, okay? And I said, okay, I can do a video. And I actually did do a video. I did my Juicy Tingle Dollar Tree haul right from my car. And when I finished that video, I had did a vlog for this channel. 30 minutes worth. I don't know what happened, but like 23 minutes into it, it's like I heard, like, it sounded like the video had cut off, but then when I looked, it was still going. But that had happened to me before, and what happened was the video cut off, but then it started back over again. So I wasn't sure if that's what happened, but so I kept going, and I said, okay, if this has cut off, then this is just part 2, blah, 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 blah. I ended up being on there 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the screen, like it went blank, like it cut off completely. So I was like, okay, cool, because that was plenty of vlog. Went to go look back. What happened was, that was the day when it had got up to 81 degrees. And I had my little tablet thing sitting in my windowsill. And what happened was it had got overheated because the sun wasn't beaming directly on it, but it was hot up in the windowsill. And I guess for safety purposes, it cut off. And that's fine. But when it cut off, my video didn't save. So that was 30 minutes of talking. And nothing came up. Well, anyway, so here we go. Well, anyway, okay, this is the point that I was making, okay? All right, let me fix my eyebrows real quick. See, with this. I was sitting there, and this older lady kind of, she was walking down the street, and I had my windows down. Like I said, it was very nice. It was in the morning, so it hadn't gotten as hot as it had gotten that day, but it was it was warm for that time of the morning. And she was walking, and she was like, sheesh, I'm tired. And she said, I'm getting hot. She said, but at my age, it might not be all that hot out here, but basically she was talking about the fact of hot flashes. She said, but girl, these flashes, when you get my age, boy, I'm telling you. And I said, well, child, I know what you're talking about, child, because I'll be 50 next year. So I know what you're talking about when you're talking about some flashes. And that woman looked at me and she was like 50? She said, no way. She said, you look like you're 30 years old. And I was like, well, thank you. Thank you so very much, miss. But no, girl, I said, girl, I'll be 50 next year, girl. Yes, Lord, child, I'll be 50, girl. She was like, well, girl, that's wonderful. She said, you look like you're 30. I said, well, I got a child that's 33. But thank you. But anyway, so I was feeling good. That was a nice little compliment from that lady. But anyway, okay, so I fixed my eyebrows. I put my moisturizer on. I just want to make sure that I have everything I need to do what I need to do if I'm out. And I'm just doing this while I'm talking to y'all. Somebody probably, well, why you don't do this on your makeup channel? Because I'm just vlogging. Like, this is not a tutorial. This is not a color of the day. This is not a makeup look. This is not something that I would actually do a video for over on Makeup for Dummies. This is just me just seeing if I got what I need for my purse. And I'm just doing it while I'm talking to y'all because I got to make a run. So I'll just do this. Well, actually, I don't know if I have to make the run on my husband, or we might go together. I don't know. But anyway, so anyway, okay, so that lady giving me that compliment leads me to an EYESMARRIEDNOW healthful tip. Not help, H-E-L-P, but health, H-E-A-L-T-H, tip of the week, okay? Now, I know that, okay, so this is a beautiful blush color, but it's really nice as a shadow. I'll tell you what the name of it in a minute, but look at that. That's not bad for a shadow. See, that's what I like, you know, and I didn't always know that, you know, and I didn't learn this from makeup artists. I actually learned this from amateurs, meaning people that are just like me who just do their makeup. They just do them. They're not artists or anything. They just do them. And I've learned from a young lady. I think her name was, I know her name was Rose, but I'm trying to think of her YouTube channel. It was Rose something, and I apologize, Rose Girl. But child, I talk to and deal with so many people. I don't remember. I'm having a memory issue, okay? But Miss Rose from New York, hey boo, and Jeronica. Now Jeronica is an actual makeup artist. Miss Rose isn't, but she does a really good job on her makeup. And so you can learn from makeup artists, and you can learn from people who aren't makeup artists. You can learn from anybody. But from those two young ladies, you know, I learned that you can use blush as shadows, and you can use shadows as blushes. I know. Shit. But I do it all the time now, thanks to those two young ladies giving me, like, I've learned so much from them two young ladies. I've learned a lot from a lot of people, but those two stand out because they taught me that. And then Miss Rose is the one who was talking about the fallout. You know, she was saying, no, I'm gonna tell you what I learned from Miss Rose. Miss Rose said, if you really want your colors to be vibrant, don't do like this, because doing like this brushes the color away. But if you pat it on, then it's more vibrant. I learned that from Miss Rose, and Miss Rose is not a makeup artist. She's an amateur artist just like me. And so, you know, well, anyway, so, okay, so there you go. Okay, I took this little brush to put that on, and then I took this little brush, which is a blush brush, but just to, I guess, blend it, you know. And then I'll take the same brush and do my cheeks. So anyway, here's the healthful tip, okay, that I was reminded of or thought about when that lady gave me that compliment, okay, because I do get that compliment a lot, you know, having grown children, the ages that they are, and, you know, people thinking that I'm way, you know, younger than what I am. This is one thing that I realized, okay, now, the way that you age, you know, the way that you look and the way that you age, it does have a lot to do with your family history. Well, not your family history. DNA and genetics is what I meant to say. Your genes, genetics, and DNA. That has a lot to do with it, because the women in my family, they look very well for their ages. Okay, my mom is five. My mom has five. It's 5 girls total. My grandmother had 10 children, and it was a set of twins, but one of the twins died, so it ended up being 9 kids. But my mom was one of 5 girls, and it's only 4 girls living. And all of my mom's sisters and her are in their 70s. And none of them look their ages at all. They all look good for their ages, and they're all in their 70s. But you would not be able to tell. Okay? So I know that the genes in my family is pretty good when it comes to aging. Like, we don't age like that. So that has a lot to do with it. But also what has something to do with it is how you treat yourself. Okay? And what I mean by that is, where's my glasses so I can talk to you? Okay, so I put that blush on, and I put that shadow on. So that's not too bad. Okay. I'm gonna sharpen this up for a minute. And I can use this as my liner and my lip liner. As long as you sharpen it and give it a fresh go, you can use it for both. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sharpen it, and then I'm gonna do my liner. Yeah, what I mean is, you know, you have to take care of yourself. Okay, now I don't eat, you know, I'm not the big old healthy eater. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm not any of that. I pretty much eat what I want. But what I'm talking about, granted, yes, you want to take care of yourself as far as trying to make sure you eat the right things, drink plenty of water, all that stuff. But what I'm talking about is as far as drugs and alcohol, okay? Drugs and alcohol tend to be a lot harder on women's bodies than they are on men's bodies. Now, granted, it's hard on anybody's body, but to me, it shows up more on women, and it looks worse on women. Okay, if you drink a lot, it can make you look older than what you are. Okay, it affects you more as a woman, and of course, your liver is bad for your liver. Okay. But yeah, if you drink a lot, it will age you. Okay. It will turn your skin color darker, and it will make you look older than what you are. Though that's just a proven fact. Okay. And then if you smoke, whether you smoke cigarettes, whether you smoke weed, whether you smoke crack, whether you smoke whatever you smoke, that can also contribute to you looking older than what you are, or looking darker, or having, you know, because it affects your skin. It affects the texture, the color. It affects a lot of things. Okay. So that's what I mean when I say, you know, you have to take care of yourself. Granted, you have to take care of yourself nutritionally. And listen, I don't get an A+ in that category. Okay. But I didn't abuse myself when I was younger, you know, doing a whole lot of drinking. Yeah, I had my time where I drank and I partied, but I was never a regular daily drinker. And I never smoked and did all those kind of things. I've tried smoking cigarettes before and damn near choked. So that was never my stick. I don't know how to smoke. So that was never an issue for me. But the drinking was pretty much a social thing for me. And so I don't drink a lot. I don't smoke. So that also helps you to stay looking younger for your age, in addition to whatever your genes are. Okay. So I'm not no nutritionist or none of that kind of stuff, but I'm just giving little helpful, you know, little helpful tips. Okay. All right. So there we go. There we go with that. Okay. Now, speaking of smoking, let me just say this, because at the time, when I was sitting out there and I did that 30-minute video and none of that crap recorded, okay? And I was sitting out there a while. It was near a hospital where I was parked. And I noticed a lot of people in and out for, you know, lunch breaks or 15-minute breaks. You know, I saw a lot of that. I saw a couple people come out a couple times to smoke cigarettes. And I'm like, Lord, smokers get a lot of damn extra breaks around this piece. Well, anyway, this is the one thing that, and this was just my opinion, this is just how I feel, because I've been a patient in the hospital before. and I've had a child who had asthma. So some things, I am familiar with. Now, I personally don't like for a nurse or a doctor for that matter, female nurse, male nurse, I don't give a damn who it is. Don't come back off of your break smelling like cigarettes. Okay? I'm sorry. You do what the hell you want to do. Do you, boo. Okay? But me as a patient in a hospital, okay, I put that liner on. I do not like the smell of people when they come outside from smoking cigarettes. And I don't feel like I should have to be exposed to that in the hospital. I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion. Because first of all, you in a hospital, you have people that have breathing issues. Now, speaking of my son that I said, like I said, he had asthma. When my son was diagnosed with asthma. He's 29 years old now. He just turned 29. But he was diagnosed with asthma when he was 3 months old, okay? So, he had a whole lot of in and out stays in the hospital from the time he was 3 months all the way up, okay? So, every time he would go in the hospital, it's always a set of questions that they ask you, okay? Do anybody in the house smoke? Is anybody around him that smokes? Blah, 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 blah. And they always give you a whole list of things, that you need to look out for or stay away from and blah, 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 blah. So, I never allowed anybody to smoke around my son, but there was someone in the household who smoked. And they would go outside and smoke, but they would never smoke in the house around the child. And what I found out from the doctor was that even though the person is not actually sitting in the room smoking with the child, because I told them, I said, yes, the person smokes, but they go outside. And they said, you can't have nobody around your child that smoke, period. Because even though they go outside, when they come inside, that smell of the smoke is all in their clothes. And that can trigger your child's asthma. For some people, that's a trigger. It doesn't trigger everybody. Everybody has different triggers. But the smell of that smoke that's still on you when you come from outside can affect a person who has asthma. And so that's why I'm saying in a hospital setting, I don't think that you should be able to go out on your smoke break or your break, smoke a cigarette, and then come back in and start dealing with patients. Because what if you have one of those patients who has a reaction to the smell of smoke, even if it's not fresh smoke coming out the cigarette as you blowing it out, but just that scent. Because in the wintertime, to me, when you go out in the real cold and you smoke a cigarette, when you come in, it's real strong for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it's real strong. I think that there should be a rule. And this ain't no shade for nobody. Look, if you work in a hospital and you smoke cigarettes, look, do you, boo, okay? But this is my channel and I'm entitled to my opinion and how I feel, okay? I just think it should be a rule. On your 15-minute break, you can't smoke. And if you work in that type of a setting, because you got people that's coming in the hospital with machines, oxygen machines, and all kinds of things. They got pumps and shit because they got issues. And then they got to come to the hospital and have nurses, 3 and 4 nurses coming back, and they all smelling like smoke. And the reason why I'm saying it is because while I was sitting out there waiting for my husband, it was like 2 girls. It was 3 of them, and all 3 of them smoked. And I watched them come out on 2 smoke breaks. Within an hour, okay? Within an hour, I watched them ladies come out on 2 smoke breaks. And so that's 3. And I don't know if they work in the same department, but I'm just saying, period. I just don't think that in a hospital setting, you should be able to come back in the hospital smelling like a damn smoke bucket. Now, if you're on your hour lunch break, you can't smoke 15 minutes before you got to come in. If you need to have 15 minutes to air out. Look, this is my opinion, okay? If you're going to smoke cigarettes, you need to have 15 minutes after you smoke to air out. So if you're on your lunch break, you better smoke and you need to air your ass out for 15 minutes before you walk back in, because you could affect somebody who has a breathing issue like my damn child. At the time, when he had asthma. That's just my opinion. Now, people who smoke might get offended. I don't give a fuck. My channel, and this is my opinion, And I'm the one who had the child with the asthma. I'm the one who had the child with the asthma. I don't know, damn nurse coming back in from a smoke break smelling like a damn smokehouse. And walking around where my son is. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Okay. So I think I'm doing good with my pocketbook makeup. 35 minutes? Wow. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that I had everything I needed in case I need to run out the house real quick. Like I said, I keep earrings in my purse because sometimes you got to run out. You ain't got your earrings. You ain't got no lipstick on. You ain't got shit. You ain't even got chapstick. But the way that I like to be organized and prepared, I can run out the house with just my clothes on and I'll be good because I got my earrings in my purse all times just in case. And then I showed y'all what I got for my makeup bag. So now I'm not doing no full B face. I ain't putting on no foundation. But I showed y'all that if I needed to put on foundation, I do have it. And I have setting powder. And I can use the same brush that I use for my blush and for my blending out my shadow. And I can put setting powder on. Now the foundation, I would have to put that on like lotion. And I would actually mix that with my moisturizer. And put that on. So I'm good. So I don't really need no setting powder. That shadow, I don't have on no setting powder. And that's I don't have on no primer. No eye primer. And that shadow looks good. See, back in the day, they didn't do all that extra bullshit. Primer and all that bullshit. You just put the daggone shadow on your eyes and you kept it moving and that shit lasted all day. You ain't no problem. I don't know if it was the ingredients that they used in shadows back then where you could put that shit on. It wasn't no put no primer on and then set it and all that. You just put the shits on and you had what you needed. Look at that shadow. I ain't put a primer, no primer, no set, nothing. Just put it on. And it's cute. Okay, so minus the foundation and stuff, I just did a nice little look. Also, I want to thank Miss Melissa because I had asked you all on one of my videos to help me to get a name for you all. Because you know how some people have like little pet names for their subscribers and viewers. And the young lady, Melissa, she said, why don't you call us your peeps? And I thought that was so ironic because I remember coming on a couple times just being funny and was like, hey to all my peeps and my peepers. And I had called y'all, I had said peepers for the people who, you know how you got people who claim they don't like you, but they watch you and they wouldn't dare miss a video. Matter of fact, they didn't subscribe under some old fake troll name girl and they didn't hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, which is the notification bell. Ting! Because they don't want to miss it, girl. They don't want to miss who they say they don't love, girl. But anyway, so I call them peepers, okay? The ones who watch you, but they don't want nobody to know that they watch you, yeah. So I had said peeps for the people, you know, like for the real genuine people, and peepers to the ones who peeping, okay? So I just thought that was like kind of cute that she said you should call us your peeps. So thank you, Melissa. Y'all are my peeps and my peepers, okay? All right. So thank you so much for that. And anybody else who offered a name, I truly appreciate it, okay? So there we have it for that. Okay, let's see what else. I wanted to make sure I talked to y'all. So much stuff on here, girl. I ain't got time. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do another video, girl. 39 minutes, girl. Bye. All right, so yeah, there you go. And I got me a little look, girl. Little look, girl. Somebody tell me what kind of hair I got, because y'all be calling that stuff 4C hair and 4A and 4Z hair, girl. Tell me what kind of hair I got, y'all, please, in the comments section, girl, because I don't know, girl. I call it wavy and curly, thick hair, girl. That's what they used to call it back then. Now they got numbers and letters to this shit. Girl, bye, I can't. hit subscribe, girl, and hit that bell, girl, next to that subscribe button, girl, that ting bell, so you can be notified, girl, when I upload, girl. That way you ain't got to try to find mama. I will find you, girl, okay? Right in your email inbox, right in your channel feed, girl. Oh, my nails for this week. Ting. All right, y'all, because it's hot and we need vibrant colors. All right, that's it. I got to go. Happy Saturday night. If you're going to turn up, turn down the keys, because I got children out there on them roads, girl. Don't be hurting my babies, and I got to get ready to go out there, me and my husband, girl. So I don't want y'all to encounter me with your drunk self, okay? All right, girl, bye.